wrestling.
Sting, I've done some terrible things to you. From the bottom of my heart, I am sorry.
If you think that I'm going to get caught up in another angle lot, you're wrong. You can't come within 50 feet of me between now and Bound for Glory.
How do you guarantee that Karen Angle won't get involved in Bound for Glory? Get that restraining order. Sting doesn't even need to lay a finger on her. Christian Cage, be careful what you ask for. He never expected Cornette to bring in Junior Fatu. Look at this 400-pounder go! And now Tomko puts the boots to him, and Christian and AJ join in.
Here he comes! Samoa Joe, and they don't even see him! And look at him clean house!
At Bound for Glory, Samoa Joe versus Christian Cage with Matt Morgan as enforcer. There must be a winner. Judas Messias has got the noose around the neck of Sting. Sting is lifeless.
It's some kind of an attack that James Mitchell orchestrated. What a debut by Judas Messias!
So Sting, the word is out that you're in the impact zone tonight. I understand you want our blood. Well, that's fine with us. Because for every drop of our blood, we'll extract a gallon of blood from you. Your blood will pour like buckets and spray like a sprinkler. You want war, we'll give you war. Right in the darkness. But we're going to do it on our terms, our way, right on the other side of this door. We'll be waiting, Sting, if you dare.
Words from James Mitchell raises the question, can we expect to see a confrontation tonight on Impact between Sting and Judas Messias? After the premeditated attack last week by Mitchell's son, is Sting looking for revenge? Plus, 5 TNA knockouts compete in a Bound for Glory preview.
We're gearing up for the largest pay-per-view of the year. It's Bound for Glory on October 14th, where all 3 championships will be on the line, including Kurt Angle versus Sting for the world title.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your opening contest on TNA Impact. A tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing team number 1 from New York City, Brother Ray, Brother Devon, Team 3D.
In recent weeks, Team 3D has put both TNA management and the tag team division on notice because Jim Cornette will not hand them a TNA tag title shot. Brother Ray, Brother Devon have promised to take out each tag team one by one until they're the only ones left standing.
And their opponents, first from Bombay, India, the Guru Sanjay Dutt, his tag team partner from the Deep Blue Sea, Shark Boy.
Sanjay Dutt and Shark Boy have to feel like they're wearing a target on their backs going into this match with 3D. Brother Ray, Brother Devon put a big notch in their belts by injuring the Steiner brothers, putting both Rick and Scott on the shelf indefinitely, and when 3D re-injured Scott Steiner's throat, doctors termed it a potential career-ending situation, and the Steiner brothers haven't been seen in TNA for over a month.
Mike, throw in the fact that Bound for Glory, the biggest pay-per-view in TNA, is coming up, and they're not in a tag title matchup. It's Tomko and AJ Styles against Team Pac-Man. All that does is just burn Team 3D right into their very souls, and that's why they're going to take it out on every tag team in TNA.
Big boot to the midsection by Brother Devon. Doubles over Shark Boy, and just watching the body language and the reactions from Team 3D towards their opponents, Sanjay Dutt and Shark Boy, you have to question whether Brother Ray in particular is taking it all that seriously tonight.
Well, it's almost like they feel they're embarrassed that this is who they're facing. I mean, they're looking at it like it's a joke. And the one thing we know about Shark Boy and Sanjay Dutt Yeah, they give up a lot in size, but they have a lot of heart. But you can tell, Mike, and you're right, the disrespect that Team 3D is showing these guys is so obvious.
Swing and a miss with the clothesline by Brother Devon. Back elbow doesn't connect, but Shark Boy goes to the infamous bite.
Well, you got to try to humiliate him. I think that's a great move right there. And the funny part, though, is instead of taking it, instead of getting upset by it, you can see Brother Ray sitting there laughing at Brother Devon. Well, there you go. He gets one for his measure. Try to humiliate Brother Ray. Great move on Shark Boy's part.
Well, you're right. Shark Boy gets the last laugh, at least that time. Question remains, Don West, do you expect to see Sting get revenge tonight against Judas Macias, the son of James Mitchell? Certainly after what went down last week on Impact, that brutal attack that ended the Impact broadcast. The noose being wrapped around the neck of Sting, his lifeless form being left outside the impact zone, one would think that Sting is gunning for revenge.
Well, especially as you see a beautiful drop kick there by Shark Boy on Team 3, taking them both out. Quick pin attempt, but Brother Devon too strong for that. But one thing about it, Mike, when you think back of the history between James Mitchell and Sting, and then you think of the brutal attacks that Judas Macias has had in the last few weeks, you have to think that Sting has been thinking about nothing else but than getting revenge on Judas Macias.
Have to ask you about this change in mindset for Sanjay Dutt that we've seen over the past couple of months. He credits it to TM, Transcendental Meditation. He claims it's made him a more well-adjusted individual. I'm not sure there's room for a well-adjusted individual in TNA.
Well, not in the ring with 3D, that's for sure, but he's got this inner peace. I mean, he's just happy to be doing what he's doing, but sometimes you got to wonder about the common sense of that, because the guy he's looking at is easily 300-plus pounds, and you don't want to get caught off guard. Now, what is Brother Ray doing here? Is he actually going to return the gesture?
It looks like Brother Ray is going to kiss the hand of Sanjay Dutt. You know, Sanjay talks about love, harmony, brotherhood. I'm not sure that's a good mix when you're a professional wrestler, but Brother Ray just kissed the hand of Sanjay Dutt. Look at that clothesline. He just took his head off.
Well, you got to give Team 3D credit. They lulled Sanjay Dutt into that. He just sat there, played the game. Now look at the face of Brother Ray. You can see that determination that we saw last week when he talked about what he was going to do to all the members of the tag team division. And now, again, Sanjay Dutt, don't buy into this. Don't buy into this. He just took a wicked clothesline. You know it. Yeah! You can just hear it all the way through the impact zone.
You said that like you know Brother Ray. Like you can't trust Brother Ray like you have personal experience, Don West.
Every time Brother Ray and Brother Devon come down the ramp, Mike, do you not make sure you got eyes in the back of your head? How many things have they thrown at us, hit us with? You can't trust these guys with anything. But Sanjay Dutt, nice slingshot there when he got the leg on the neck into the rope.
Yeah, and then the springboard as well. Here's the cover and the 2 count for Sanjay Dutt on Brother Ray, and he almost stole a win. Drop kick directed to the knee of Brother Devon takes him down.
Well, this is where Team 3D's laissez-faire attitude has cost him right there. You see the tambourine there that Sanjay Dutt brings down. Shark Boy used it to smash right on the head. And now things have turned tide here for him.
Check out the double T. Suplex attempt. And Shark Boy take the 300-pounder overhead, and Brother Ray crashes down to the canvas. A pin attempt now? No, not a pin attempt by Sanjay. You don't think they're going to go for the what's up, do you?
Well, I think they're going to give it a shot. Sanjay Dutt's holding the uprights back. Can Shark Boy hit it? Oh, he nails it perfectly.
Little bit of their own medicine for Team 3D as, amazingly, Shark Boy and Sanjay take control of this tag matchup.
I mean, you're just, oh, look at them now. They're imitating 3D, saying get the tables, and they forgot about Brother Devon. What a double clothesline.
Yeah, it was a case of get the clothesline for Brother Devon that takes down both Shark Boy and Dutt. Elevation up.
3D!
3D down. Pin attempt.
1, 2, 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your winners, Team 3D!
They have made it known they are going to take out every tag team in TNA until they're the only ones left. And then they feel that Jim Cornette will be forced to give them a tag title shot.
Well, we saw Brother Devon walking over here, and he grabbed that chair, and now he's bringing the chair. We remember, when I see Team 3D with chairs in their hand, I think of that vicious beating they gave Scott Steiner, where they may have ruined his career, may have kept him out of the ring for the rest of his life, when they forced it to the neck, and oh no, tell me they're not going to do that to Shark Boy.
Did you hear that? Scott Steiner, this is for you. That's what Brother Ray just shouted out. Look out!
Oh, thank goodness Sanjay Dutt got there just in time.
Last split second, Sanjay able to pull Shark Boy to safety, and look how PO'd Brother Ray is. They didn't follow through on their promise. Look out for that chair.
You could just see the anger from Team 3D as they weren't able to accomplish their goal.
To the back, and our broadcast colleague standing by, JB, Jeremy Borash, take it.
Wrestling fans, it's JB, Jeremy Borash, and in an unprecedented move, TNA management is allowing you, the fans, to dictate the future of TNA wrestling, specifically with Kurt Angle versus Sting at Bound for Glory. This week's opportunity for your voice to be heard. Answer this question. Do you think there should be an automatic rematch clause instituted in the contract between Sting and Angle for Bound for Glory? If yes, text yes to 76,000. If you think no, Kurt Angle versus Sting, one time only at Bound for Glory, text no to 76,000, and we will have the results on TNAWrestling.com. Voodoo Kin Mafia, VKM, gentlemen.
Shut your mouth! We ain't answering no questions. We just came to make a statement. JB, me and Kip are sick and damn tired of taking a back seat to every Tom, Dick, and Harry to stroll through TNA wrestling. Gentlemen, just because you can cut a backflip don't mean you're a professional wrestler. Hell, I take dumps bigger than most you boys. But now let me direct my anger from the boys to the fans. Wrestling fans around the world, screw you! You think we need you? Did we need you when we were on top of the world? We damn sure don't need you now. You know, they call you marks for a reason. It's because you think you know something, but you really don't. You see, you stand on the other side of the curtain. That goes for you, and it goes for half the upper echelon at TNA. Well, you trick marks, you don't know what the Voodoo Kin Mafia is capable of.
You see, I'm glad to see that you're finally pissed off, because I've been pissed off for months. You see, because we are superstars and you are not. See, all the fun and games are over. No more pulling down the pants. But one thing's for damn sure, you can all kiss my...
Six sides of steel. Barbed wire and broken glass. Blood, sweat, and fears. Starting on October 4th, the show that revolutionized wrestling is about to give you 100% more. TNA is expanding to 2 full hours. TNA Impact goes to 2 full hours starting next Thursday at 9, only on Spike.
JB, Jeremy Borash, and I was instructed during the commercial break to go find Sting and get comments from him in regards to the challenge issued earlier by Judas Macias and James Mitchell. However, I have searched the entire Impact Zone, even went up here to the rafters. No such luck. Couldn't find Sting. If we find him, we'll break in. We'll get comments from the icon Sting right now. Let's get back to the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing team number 1, accompanied to the ring by Christy Hemme, the team of Lance Hoyt and Jimmy Reeve.
While JB stays on top of the situation involving Sting and Judas Macias, we have to touch on the comments from VKM, and in particular, the fact that BG James, usually the calmer, the level-headed one of the two, not only didn't censor Kip James, but he was more vocal than his tag team partner. Jimmy Rave and Lance Hoyt debuted as a tag team at No Surrender in that 10-team tag team gauntlet, and now, tonight, they're set for their first TNA match on Impact.
And their opponents from Detroit, Michigan, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, the Motor City Machine Guns.
When you attend school in Michigan, the first thing that you're taught in geography class is that you can identify your home state on a map by looking at the region that resembles a hand. Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin point to the hometown of Detroit as the Motor City Machine Guns bring a huge experience edge into this match against the newly formed team of Lance Hoyt and Jimmy Rave.
Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley work so good together. It's a team that, yeah, you may not like the way they go about things. You may not like their attitude and their disrespect for anything and everyone, but just their cohesiveness as a unit, just their ability to know each other like the back of their hand. They really are a team, Mike, that are so entertaining to watch.
The one that we've been waiting for is next week. Next Thursday, 9 p.m., Spike TV. Yes, same day, same time. But, Don, this is it. The 2-hour debut of Impact. 2 solid hours of total nonstop action wrestling beginning next Thursday and then each and every week going forward. Big news for the debut 2-hour show next week.
Oh, absolutely. And I want you to think about this. For the first time ever on Impact, it'll be the debut of Team Pac-Man in action. Think about that. The most controversial athlete in the world in action on Impact next Thursday night.
And, of course, you're referring to one Adam Pac-Man Jones as he and Ron the Truth Killings. Yes, they are the TNA World Tag Team Champions. Title defense upcoming in Atlanta at Bound for Glory against AJ Styles and Tomko. Nice double team move there by the Guns. Pin attempt. No, Sabin, the former 4-time X Division champion, only able to get a 2 count on the returning Jimmy Rave.
Well, you can see the crowd get behind him so fast, and there are times when it's hard to tell who's Alex Shelley and who's Chris Sabin, Mike. I mean, you talk about perfectly symmetrical. These guys got that down pat.
This is Jimmy Rave's second stint in TNA, returning after a several-year absence. The 24-year-old already 8 years as a pro, a world traveler just this year alone, 3 tours of the Orient with the Dragon Gate promotion in Japan for Jimmy Rave, who's on the receiving end of another double-team move from the Motor City Machine Guns.
Speaking of receiving end, I think back of last week and Sting being on that receiving end of the attack by Judas Macias and James Mitchell. We heard the challenge from James Mitchell, and I think of how eerie and the feeling I get just thinking of Judas Macias. You wonder if Sting is going to find a way to get his revenge tonight, Mike.
Nice moves here by Jimmy Rave. Shining Wizard on Shelley. Pin 2 count only. We look at Christy Hemme, and that reminds me that yet to come tonight on Impact, 5 TNA knockouts to compete in what we're calling a Bound for Glory preview match. Now it's time for the double team from the team of Lance Hoyt and Jimmy Rave.
Boy, he did. He just put his face right into the feet. Right there is now Lance Hoyt. Of course, he's the power of this team. And I actually like this makeup. There's still a question mark. They're an unknown. We don't know what Lance Hoyt and Jimmy Rave are going to bring to the table, but we do know this. They have speed. They have size. They've got strength. They're a great combo. And then you've got that X Factor of Christy Hemme outside the ring.
Vicious elbow delivered with authority by Lance Hoyt. Dex Shelley, immediate pin attempt, barely gets a 1 count. Sabin quickly in, but just as quickly, Sabin exits the ring. You're right, Don. All of a sudden, this team with the size of Lance Hoyt, the speed and agility of Jimmy Rave, working as a tandem here, working with great teamwork, great cohesiveness that we knew we were going to get from the Motor City Machine Guns. But all of a sudden, Hoyt and Rave have turned it in their favor.
Well, I like how Lance Hoyt kept himself between Sabin and Shelley. He made sure that there was no way Shelley was getting over there. But look how quick Alex Shelley is. The drop hold on Rave, and then he gets out of the way, and now look at this. Oh, man! He just put the face perfectly into Lance Hoyt.
That look at Christy Hemme from outside showed her frustration as all of a sudden the Motor City Machine Guns take control. Springboard drop kick to the knee of Hoyt takes the big man down. Look at Chris Sabin spin off that side head scissors. Get a charge across at Jimmy Rave and catch him with the elbow in the corner.
The 4-time X Division champion shows why he wore that belt with honor and pride. And look at him go up.
Whoa!
Whoa, what a clothesline off the top rope.
Here it is.
1, 2, got no. Rave got it up just in time. Got the shoulder up in a split second.
Springboard clothesline almost led to a pin and the win for the team of Sabin and Shelley. But no, Rave and Hoyt, they're still in it. Rave back up to his feet. The back kick. The spinning shot, forearm style by Sabin. Going to take Rave up to go for the suplex, but it was blocked by Jimmy Rave. Shot off into the corner. Shelley from outside with the kick. Here comes the suplex.
He hits it perfectly. Can he roll over and get the pin? 1, 2, man alive. Jimmy Rave able to get out, but Alex Shelley doesn't give him a chance to catch his breath. Frog splash. Oh, Lance Hoyt breaks it up in time.
That was the time for Lance Hoyt to come in and make the save. After that frog splash, that was surely going to be a win for the Motor City Machine Guns. Instead, all of a sudden, Hoyt and Rave have it in their favor once again, and Christy Hemi's looking quite positive this time about what's going on in the ring.
Well, Lance Hoyt, man, that strength. And look at Jimmy Ray show his ability, his agility, as he's got that arm locked in, and Alex Shelley's got to come over and give him a shot to the head to get him to break it loose.
You're right, the arm bar broken up. Instead, look at this implant DDT. He took Shelley into the air, and then he dropped him right on his partner, and then here's a double team submission hold using the STF.
Pulling on the mouth of one, pulling back on the arm and the shoulder of the other. Alex Shelley, though, able to break it with the elbow to the head.
There goes Shelley, sent out to the floor courtesy of Jimmy Rave. Action back in the ring. Sees Hoyt and Rave with a double team on Sabin. Fired off into the corner. Uses his own partner as a weapon, but instead Jimmy Rave crashes and burns on the floor.
Well, he committed himself too much, and now you can see Christy Hemme grabbing on the leg of Alex Shelley, keeping him from getting into action. Lance Hoyt, though, yelling at Christy Hemme to let him go, but all that did was set up Sabin to get into position.
Back kick, side kick, double enziguri, Machine Guns cover. Sabin's got the 3 count.
Here are your winners, the Motor City Machine Guns.
Well, we talked about their cohesiveness, Mike. We talked about how well they worked together. When that door came open, they went through it together, and the double enziguri, and you saw Lance Hoyt fall like a stone.
The Motor City Machine Guns, victorious on Impact this week, as we see, yes, Christy Hemme, Lance Hoyt, and Jimmy Rave with a little communication problem.
Well, what she's trying to say was all she was doing was trying to help, and Lance Hoyt felt he had things under control. As you see...
Wait a minute!
Look out! Oh, man, they didn't even see him coming, and Team 3D now has put the targets on the backs of the Motor City Machine Guns.
You're right, Don. We talked about this earlier. Team 3D, in an effort to gain a TNA World Tag Team title shot, trying to send a message to Jim Cornette, TNA management, and every tag team in TNA. They're going to wipe out all the tag teams here in TNA until they're the only ones left standing. Look out! The pile driver!
Oh, Team 3D sends another message. And wait a minute, Brother Demon, going for the tables. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Have you ever tried?
It's TNA Wrestling's premier pay-per-view event of the year, Bound for Glory, and it's going down live from Atlanta. It's the return of the most innovative match in wrestling today.
TNA's innovative, high-risk spectacle.
Ultimate X. TNA Bound for Glory, brought to you by Midway Games, live Sunday, October 14th. Tickets are on sale now at all Ticketmaster locations and the arena at Gwinnett Center box office.
The massacre has continued as Team 3D has just been viciously beating the Motor City Machine Guns, as Shark Boy even tries to come to help because of the beatdown they've been giving him, Mike.
Without question, Brother Ray, Brother Devon, more vicious, more violent than ever. Sabin positioned on the table. A defenseless Alex Shelley just being bullied to the corner by Brother Devon. Brother Ray up on that middle row.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
He's defenseless. Oh, my God. He just put Shelley through Sabin through the table.
Oh, we've seen that before from Team 3D. That's the exact same move that put the dog-faced gremlin, Rick Steiner, on the shelf. And, Shark Boy, who tried to come out here and save the Motor City Machine Guns, and there's the neck brace taken off by Brother Devon. Not this again. He escaped once, Don.
No, and you've got to give him credit for having the stones to come out here and try to help it. Oh, no.
Come on.
No, this is the shot that took Scott Steiner out. No! God, that sickening sound.
The steel chair positioned across the neck, the throat, the windpipe of, yes, Shark Boy. And Brother Devon just takes the other chair and pounds it directly through like he's pounding a nail right into the wood.
Well, they're making a statement, and let's show you this. That was the smash of Shelley right into Sabin through the table, and then, you can see, using it like a hammer and a nail on the neck of Shark Boy.
You're right. Just like what happened to the Steiner brothers happens again tonight on Impact. To the back, and JB.
Thanks, guys. I'm in the exact location we usually conduct the interviews with Sting, but you can see he's not here, and there is no sign of the icon. James Mitchell issued a challenge earlier in the broadcast along with Judas Macias, and we are in search of an answer from Sting. Don, Mike, if we hear anything, you guys will be the first to know. Back to you.
It's Mike today and Don West at ringside, and this is what we've been waiting for. Next week, Impact becomes a 2-hour show, same day, same time, right here on Spike TV.
Mike, it was our goal from the beginning, and it's so exciting to finally be bringing you TNA Total Nonstop Action for 2 solid hours. And on that note also, we want you to check out the special edition in Playboy, Girls Next Door. Our very own Letitia Klein is on the cover.
It's TNA Super Bowl, World Series Final Four, all wrapped into one. It's TNA's Bound for Glory pay-per-view. We are headed to Atlanta, Georgia on Sunday, October the 14th. We can't wait to get to the ATL. Up next on Impact, the TNA Knockouts.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest is a 5-way knockout ladies match where the winner is the final entrant in the Bound for Glory Gauntlet match. Introducing first, accompanied by Robert Roode, the Chief Executive Offender, Ms. Brooks.
I don't think there's any question that Ms. Brooks has to be under the most pressure of any of these 5 TNA knockouts. Robert Roode, just relentless. He's a verbal full-court press. You hear those words of quote-unquote encouragement to Ms. Brooks? Don't screw up. Whatever you do, just win this match. And remember, don't screw up.
Accompanied by Cowboy James Storm, she is the pride of Tennessee, Miss Jackie Moore.
Well, there's an interesting subplot to this TNA Knockouts match. Every female competitor accompanied by a male wrestler that will be involved in the Fight for the Right match October the 14th at Bound for Glory in Atlanta, Georgia. Robert Roode already came out with Ms. Brooks. James Storm accompanies the pride of Tennessee, Ms. Jackie Moore. Those are 2 of the individuals who will be in line for a title shot if they're victorious in the Fight for the Right at Bound for Glory.
Mike, I can't even express the importance of this match. I mean, think about it. At Bound for Glory, a brand new division, the women's division, and to be the last entrant, so important when you go into Atlanta.
The next participant is accompanied by the Voodoo Kid Mafia, Roxy Laveau.
It's the Voodoo Queen and the Voodoo Kin Mafia. You know, they make quite an interesting and quite an intriguing trio. Earlier tonight, Don, we heard how VKM has been taking a back seat for long enough. It sounded like BG and Kip were putting their game faces on. BG, more animated, more vocal, more outspoken than I've heard in ages. And like Kip said, the fun and games are over.
Well, you could see that somebody just lit a fire underneath them. I mean, you saw an attitude out of VKM that we haven't seen in a while. And we know when those two put it together, they can be an incredible duo.
Accompanied by Lance Hoyt and Jimmy Rave, the next participant is Christy Hemme.
Judging by their actions earlier, I'm not sure that this group is on the same page. When we return, we will introduce Gail Kim. We will have the opening bell, and we will answer the question, will Sting tonight get revenge on James Mitchell's son, Judas Macias?
100% higher. 100% harder. 100% more TNA. On October 4th, TNA goes to 2 full hours. TNA Impact starting next Thursday at 9, only on Spike.
Thursday, October 11th, the stars from TNA Wrestling make their last stop on the Bound for Glory live tour. See TNA Wrestling live October 11th at the Zamora Shrine Temple in Birmingham, Alabama. Tickets are on sale now at all Ticketmaster outlets.
Ladies and gentlemen, the final participant in this contest, accompanied to the ring by Wildcat Chris Harris from Tampa, Florida, Gail Kim.
5th and final knockout, Gail Kim joins Ms. Brooks, the pride of Tennessee, Jackie Moore, the Voodoo Queen, Roxy Laveau, and Christy Hemme. And the winner of this match will take a big step in becoming the first TNA Knockout Champion. Because tonight, it's win by pin or submission. And the winner of this match earns the coveted 10th and final entrance spot in the TNA Knockouts Gauntlet, October 14, Atlanta, Georgia, Bound for Glory. And that's a huge edge.
Well, it really is. To become the first ever women's champion, you want every advantage you can take as you see Gail Kim shoot off those ropes and hit them both with a double drop kick. And look at this combination move. Wow.
Can you imagine it Bound for Glory? In essence, Don, 4 championship matchups. In addition to the first ever Knockouts champion crown, the X Division tag team, and yes, World Heavyweight title on the line. Kurt Angle to defend the TNA World's Heavyweight Championship against Sting.
Well, you see the athleticism there of Gail Kim as she's fired up and probably thinking of nothing but Bound for Glory and becoming the first women's champion. But think of the other things that we're going to see. Ultimate X Mike returns at Bound for Glory.
LAX versus Triple X in Ultimate X, that incredible high-risk match that many people, Don, say put the X Division on the map here in TNA. Inverted DDT by Christy Hemme on Roxy Laveau.
Well, you see Christy Hemme now going up the ropes, looking down, and wait a minute, could this be? Yes! She goes for the FFG!
Excuse me? She goes for the FFG?
Yeah, from what I understand, it stands for the Flying Fire Crotch Guillotine, Mike.
Did not connect, however. Christy Hemme, trouble. Oh, look at that German release suplex by the Pride of Tennessee on Ms. Brooks. Gail Kim up on top.
Look at Gail Kim. Wow, look at that missile drop kick hit perfectly. 1, 2. Oh, I can't believe that Jackie got the shoulder up just in time. What an athlete in Gail Kim.
And what a match this is, and hats off to TNA management. They waited until the time was right to crown a TNA Knockouts champion, and I think the consensus opinion is that the TNA Knockouts are head and shoulders above the competition when it comes to in-ring action.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you love seeing these girls show what they're really made of. I mean, they're not afraid to try high-risk moves. They're not afraid to be innovative. As you see Gail Kim now coming over, trying to break this up, and now she goes up high, and Christy Hemme is in a bad way as Roxy Laveau and Miss Brooks set themselves up.
Again, all 5 involved. Tower of Doom, and yeah, Christy Hemme got the worst of that.
She went up there to try to hit that move of hers again, and she paid the price, but all 5 are laid out. We got to see that again.
Here we go. Here's the replay. Check out the impact from on top. Oh, man. What a crash and burn to the canvas on Christy Hemme. I look around ringside, and I see the male wrestlers who will be involved at Bound for Glory in that fight for the right. The winner gets a world's title shot. Currently, 16 entrants and counting at Bound for Glory, the fight for the right.
Well, when you realize what's at stake, a future chance at a title shot. Oh my gosh, Miss Brooks just caught her back. Can we see this again, Keith, in the truck if it's possible? She catches her back, Mike, right on the ring apron.
And, of course, Robert Roode, no concern, get right back in the ring. Did you see that?
Oh!
The Voodoo Queen tosses her out to the floor, and her spine, her back, just crashed right across the apron. And Chris Harris has had it up to here with Robert Roode like the rest of us. And then he just pushed him back into James Storm. Did Storm's beer spill?
Oh, no, he just lost his beard.
You
know that's going to set him off. Yeah,
here we go.
And you can see the former members of AMW fight it out. What on earth? Lance Hoyt and Jimmy Rave trying to break that up? Not going to happen.
Yeah, all of a sudden, they're the voice of reason? I don't think so. Lance Hoyt squares off with Chris Harris. James Storm with Jimmy Rave, and they fight to the back. They're going to be involved in Fight for the Right. Pick up the action in the ring here. Pride of Tennessee, Miss Jackie Moore in control.
Well, you think of her experience, and she's somebody you've got to consider one of the favorites for the championship of Bound for Glory. What a kick to the back of the head. But Gail Kim with a knife-edge chop. Man, she just came in there quick as a cat. But Miss Jackie, look at her. Sets it up, but hits the steel ring post.
Keep your eyes on Gail Kim from the middle row.
Oh, my God, what a Hurricane Rana.
Snaps it off on the Voodoo Queen, Roxy Laveau. What's Kip James doing in here? And what a slap by Gail Kim.
Oh, was she? Oh, man, but it just gave Roxy Laveau the opening she needed. And oh, no. Oh, what a wicked shot to Gail Kim.
Voodoo slam. Roxy Laveau cover. Roxy Laveau 3 count, and Roxy Laveau gains the coveted 10 spot.
Roxy Laveau.
Well, Voodoo Kid Mafia right there already making their first statement as Roxy Laveau gets the victory, and Robert Roode ticked off that Miss Brooks is hurt.
Big victory for Roxy Laveau and VKM. I'm getting word that James Mitchell and his son, Judas Macias, are standing by outside the Impact Zone waiting for Sting, and they're looking for a fight.
6 sides of steel, barbed wire and broken glass, blood, sweat, and fears. Starting on October 4th, the show that revolutionized wrestling is about to give you 100% more. TNA is expanding to 2 full hours. TNA Impact goes to 2 full hours starting next Thursday at 9, only on Spike. An Olympic hero returns to the city where he won the gold. A living legend returns to the place that made him an icon. Kurt Angle battles Sting for the World Heavyweight Championship in TNA's biggest pay-per-view event of the year.
You've got to be kidding me!
Bound for Glory, presented by Midway, live Sunday, October 14th on pay-per-view. It began as a dream.
Tonight, a very special evening. It's an evening that revolves around history, and history on so many fronts.
The dream became reality.
Instead of Hulk Hogan coming to TNA, I took TNA to Hulk Hogan.
The reality, a phenomenon.
Listen to this crowd. They know they're watching something spectacular.
Innovation.
Where we open with TNA's innovative, high-risk spectacle, Ultimate X with a special added twist.
Elevation.
This is crazy.
At the top of the truss.
No way. No way.
Total non-stop adrenaline.
What? You've got to be kidding me.
Now, prepare yourself for twice the action.
It's real. It's damn real.
2 times the electricity.
Oh my God, they cracked it right into the table.
Double the TNA.
That was freaking insane.
On October 4th, TNA Wrestling goes 2 hours in prime time.
Oh my God.
2 hours of pure adrenaline, starting Thursday night, October 4th, only on Spike TV.
First blood. I'm gonna become the number 1 contender, the champ.
Look at this, Samoa Joe.
You want to be number 1 contender? You want to be the champ? It'll be over my dead body.
Smashes it right in the head.
You know, I sustained a massive headwind. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make the show with the case. That's all I'm asking.
And Samoa Joe is hot on the heels of AJ Styles. He's taking the fight to them.
Wait a minute, he said he wasn't even going to be here at Impact, and Christian Cage just hit the ring steel. Chair shot with that lady mouth. And now, Christian Cage directing traffic.
Every man has his breaking point, and right now, I'm at it.
It is an eye for an eye and blood for blood. And Christian, you will be broken.
They've thrown this thing out. They've disqualified Samoa Joe. Joe has completely snapped.
Search high and low. Look wherever you want for the biggest, baddest Samoan. I'm gonna make an example out of him. The same way I'm gonna make an example out of you.
Christian Cage, be careful what you ask for. He never expected Cornette to bring in Junior Fatu. Here comes the phenomenal AJ Styles down to the ringside area.
And Christian Cage able to roll him up. Wow, but as he's celebrating, Junior Fatu decides to make him pay.
Look at this 400-pounder go! And now Tomko puts the boots to him, and Christian and AJ join in.
Here he comes! Samoa Joe, and they don't even see him. And look at him clean house.
At Bound for Glory, Samoa Joe versus Christian Cage with Matt Morgan as enforcer. There must be a winner. The heated rivals Samoa Joe and Christian Cage meet at Bound for Glory. With Matt Morgan the enforcer, there must be a winner. Ladies and gentlemen, never has anyone made such an impactful and such an unforgettable debut in TNA as Judas Macias.
The storm approaches. An eerie stillness fills the air. The foul stench of death surrounds. Beware, Judas Macias is near. Born into wickedness, malevolence, and sin.
You can run like cowards or stay and perish like fools.
His heart as black as the darkest sky. His eyes empty of all that is human. Nothing more than a soulless monster. Vengeance is his identity. He is pure, unadulterated hate.
A being incapable of betrayal.
Unleashed on the world for the purpose of retribution. Taking pleasure in torture, torment, misery, and destruction. When he is present, demise is imminent.
Now off in the distance, there's a rumbling. And that sound you hear is that of the Death Wagon. And you're looking at the driver.
He is death, and hell follows with him.
Judas Messias, James Mitchell, I understand certainly you set out to look for Sting from the beginning of the program. No can do. We have not found him anywhere tonight.
Exactly. Oh, Sting obviously was laying in wait as he attacks Judas Messias, and that's the way you've got to start it off as he slams him into the wall.
From the very outset of this Impact broadcast, this is what we've been waiting for. This is what we've been anticipating. The revenge that Sting is out to get on James Mitchell's son, Judas Messias.
Well, Sting obviously has been thinking about this, but now look at Judas Messias as he's able to turn this around and just hitting him with anything he can get his hands on.
He's here for one reason. Judas Messias is here to gain vengeance for James Mitchell. Judas Messias, he's hate, he's evil personified. Throughout the commercial break, Sting and Judas Messias just beating the living hell out of each other.
It's just going back and forth right now. Sting has the upper hand as he grabs Messias by the hair, and we've never seen anybody get the advantage on Messias like this, but Sting has it as he grabs a chair.
The fight, which started outside the impact zone, in the darkness, as James Mitchell calls it, has now entered the building. Vicious shots by Sting, and now he's going for the fire extinguisher.
Well, this is the Sting that Kevin Nash was talking about. The other Sting, the one you don't want to awaken, and that's how you put out the fires of hell right there.
Oh, you said it right. Kevin Nash told us he's the one who lived it. He said, yeah, there's two Stings. One is a demon, one is a dark, one is an evil Sting. Pray that you don't wake him up, and I think that's exactly what's happened.
Well, I mean, I used the term fight fire with fire loosely here, but Sting has done just that. He has come out with the same vicious attitude that Judas Messias has shown, and look at Sting as he puts him in the Scorpion, and he's got it, he uses the ropes for leverage.
This is all part of the vengeance and revenge that Sting's looking for, and here comes Kurt Angle down the ramp. Here comes the TNA World's Champion, the man who will face Sting at Bound for Glory.
Well, Sting concentrating on breaking the back of Messias doesn't realize that the champion's out here, and look at him just put the boots as Karen Angle, keeping her distance, looks on.
That's right, keep in mind, 50 feet away because of the restraining order as the double team. They put the boots Judas Messias and Kurt Angle do to Sting.
Oh, wait a minute! Here comes the War Machine! Straight in! One for Angle, one for Judas Messias, and now he comes out to the aid of Sting!
And remember, we saw Rhino last week on Impact, and we actually saw Judas Messias back down, slide out of the ring, and the War Machine is just on fire here!
There's something about Judas Messias that just brings out the best in Rhino, but now he's caught the double team as you see Messias up and putting the boots to the head, and Sting still laid out, hardly moving at all, and Kurt Angle goes right back at him.
Could you even imagine Kurt Angle and Judas Messias working in tandem, working as a team?
Well, wait a minute. There he comes, the Monster Abyss, and you can see those arms taped up when you would think of the blood pouring down a few weeks ago, and you know he's got his sights set on that man, Judas Messias, as Kurt Angle tries to help out.
And of course, Judas Messias was responsible, using the shards of broken glass to open up the arms of the Monster Abyss. Gorilla press slam for Messias.
Oh, look at this clothesline as he sends Messias out onto the floor. Abyss standing strong, and now look at him pointing at James Mitchell and Judas Messias.
James Mitchell brought his son to TNA. Judas Messias, the man who has no soul, the man who has no conscience. Judas Messias and TNA to gain vengeance. But tonight, it's the Monster Abyss who gain a measure of revenge.
Next Thursday, Team Pac-Man is in action on the 2-hour TNA Impact premiere.